You who I dare to fucking become an individual. On the backside of the fear that everyone in your fucking life you're going to be walking away from is going to judge you, and everything that they think about you is going to break you down because you don't stand on your own 2 feet. Well, let me just say something. If you can move away from other people in your life whose opinion you are weighted in with your self-satisfaction, the very overcoming of what they're going to say when you start walking the other way frees you from it. There's no more steps. That frees you from other people. So you're weighted on what they think about you. You're going to walk away from them. They're going to say and think all these crazy things about you. That's all you have to move on from, and you're free. Start walking away is all you have to do. You can now become your own individual, become who you want to. Write this story you're a part of, where you're held at the mercy of what other fucking people think of you. By the way, is this idea of you that they need to make you into to feel better about themselves. It doesn't seem like that, and you've shifted into it. But, you know, if you have friends that you just make feel like shit all the time in your presence, wait, you don't. You've wound up with friends and close to people that it goes in kudos who they need you to be and who you're willing to be. And if we're going to get tired of that soon, because at the end of the day, they could write you a playbook on who to become, and it wouldn't take 6 months before they had a problem with it. And at the end of the day, also, what everyone else wants you to become, I'm telling you right now, is your fucking individual self. A newfound respect from everyone that you know will come your way. Maybe they're not willing to admit it, but it's there, and it's the fact that now you don't make them feel good about themselves because of what you just did, and they know that they should do the same thing. So maybe you don't hear from them much, but it's actually becoming who you are, your individual self. And all I'm saying is a giant wall that stands in between that and right now is other people. In this war we fight with ourselves, there's a giant fucking battle with other people that takes place before we even get to the battle of ourselves. And that's because other people are worked into who we are as our lower self, this ego that we're going to be moving on from, taking off the clothes of that are put on for other people, and finding out what we like to wear. But in between that is this time of nudity and trying things on. And they're going to say and think all kind of wacko shit about ways that you're now being, which are ways that you're now being, but you're trying to see how you feel being them. They're likely things you're going to move on from, but you just got to, the amount of, there's a foundation that is laid in this process of becoming an individual, in the move away from other people, that gives you the freedom of space and time to not have to know. And maybe you'll go the rest of your fucking life without reconstructing some life, because it feels so free and okay to not know who you are, who you want to be. Becomes not that again, and that's all that you need. You know, this idea of change, you don't have to become, in order to change into some version of yourself that you want to be. Change is taking off the clothes that you have on that you aren't happy wearing. To become something new, different, that's creating. That's not the same thing. You don't have to, you know, reestablish yourself as this greatest idea you could ever picture of yourself before you're going to be happy being an individual. It's just a move away from the one you are not happy being, that is wrapped up in other people and honestly not an individual at all. A herd mentality collectivist, sticking around a group of people that bounce off of each other like a bouncy ball in a carport, really knocking the shit out of everything and just keeping it mushed in this box. As soon as it gets out of place, there's incoming fire. So let that fire start going to your back and get the fuck away out of this, you know, just prison you're in. And if you feel that way anyways, and if so, just understand that the move away from other people is the establishing of you as an individual. You don't have to know who. You don't have to recreate an entire life. Way more impressive and stabilizing. You don't need one. You don't need other people. You don't need to know who you are. You don't need to dress and play the role of this character that you're going to put on for everyone else to be okay with yourself, which is why you're doing it right now and no other reason. You'll be much happier with yourself if you can find it in you to just create enough distance in between you and these other people that are keeping you where you are, so that their ridiculous actions in trying to draw you back is only something that establishes that space as clear separation, and you will never go back to being for other people. And there is not much you have to do beyond that to be for yourself in a way that you become satisfied.